It's totally early stage.
Yeah.
Fortune 500 companies focus on retention.
Right.
Right now, the AI is human-based based on data you know.
Hey guys, Oscar here for Nautic Garage, and I found another amazing person to interview, Heather
Havenwood.
And she's going to be talking for the first time at Affiliate Summit about one of the latest marketing techniques. You've seen this on Facebook pages and maybe in websites, and that's Chatbots. So I'm going to let her introduce herself, tell you a little bit about her, and then I'm going to ask her some questions.
Awesome.
So, hi Heather.
Hey, how are you? Did I look at the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, look at you.
You can look at me or the camera.
Okay, good.
Whatever.
Awesome.
So,
thanks for having me.
yeah, thanks for...
So I'm here at Affiliate Summit, not my first time at this summit. However, this is the first time speaking at the summit, which I'm super excited about. But I'm speaking about chatbots.
Yeah.
So what's chatbots? So chatbots, I'm just speaking specifically about Facebook chatbots and how Facebook chatbots are really the future, and I call it a bit of the death of email, which is kind of fun.
Sure.
However, here's why it's so important. It's more about customer communication and customer retention. So once a company has a customer, either as a buyer or just an engagement, they want to get them on Facebook Messenger as fast as possible for a couple reasons. One, it's to engage them in conversation, and to keep them in retention. But number two, you get all their data immediately. So imagine if you can get 1,000...
Via their profile?
Right.
Okay.
So imagine if you get 1,000 of the buyers of your e-com company or something, get them onto your Facebook Messenger chat. So there's a couple things that happen immediately. One, you get all their data. So you know their first name, last name, where they live, married, not married, demographic, right?
Sure.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Great data.
Amazing.
But you also get to broadcast to them. And when you get to broadcast to them through Messenger, that's 100% deliverability and between 70 and 80% open rate.
Sure, a lot. Huge engagement.
Huge engagement. So what's happening there is you're engaging, right, with the customer at a faster pace.
Okay.
You can send them GIFs, you can send them quick little videos, you can send them quick little, hey, this is what's going on, new discount, whatever.
Sure.
And engage them back into your company, right?
Okay.
The other thing that happens is, because Facebook is so cool, is that let's say you have 1,000 of your buyers on your Facebook Messenger app list.
Okay.
Think of it like an email list.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Okay.
Let's call it a list.
It's like a list because you can
I
broadcast to it.
Yeah, and I consider social your list as well, so yeah.
Absolutely, but this is a little more, it's not a post, you're literally going right into their personal inbox, if you will, right? So the cool thing about that is you can tell Facebook, hey, here's 1,000 of our buyers. Check out their demographic. Now go find 2 million more.
With a custom audience?
Yeah, with lookalike audience.
Yeah, lookalike, yeah.
That's the cool stuff.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so now let me ask you a couple of things. First, I know this is early.
It's totally early stage.
Yeah. Me being a little bit technical, I was a little bit disappointed. It was like, it's basically just like a workflow of questions. I mean, if you want to engage with a chatbot, there's no intelligence per se. It's just whatever logic you built into it. So it's up to you to build good logic, right?
Right now, the AI is human-based based on data you know. So keywords that you enter.
Expected questions, frequently asked questions.
Frequently asked questions that you maybe already got that data from, right? You could kind of more or less upload. That's kind of a broad term, the AIs. So it's basically you're going to be teaching the bot. Now, over time, they will be into teaching. They'll teach themselves.
That was.
But I mean, honestly, we're early stage here, and Facebook is just opening the API only in the last 12 to 14 months. So marketers are just now still figuring out.
Totally cutting.
Now what's interesting is that you can still do full customization. So like my chatbot, if you go to, I'll just give it to them, right? Go to askheatherann.com, askheatherann.com. What's going to happen is it's going to open up your Facebook Messenger app, and it's going to talk to you and ask a series of questions and take you down a particular path. But I'm going to find out if you're a man or a woman, and I'm also going to get your email address, hopefully, if you go through the process. And I'm going to be able to then put you on my Facebook Messenger list, as well as I use Aweber, so Aweber list, right? So I now have you in both places. So there's a couple things. So when you go through the process, you can make it custom. We have GIFs. I have a little bit of video where it's my voice over an image, right? So you can connect with me as a person, or you can connect with a brand. So that's right now where it's at. Over time, will the AI get more intuitive? Probably.
Right.
But we're not there yet.
Okay. So you hit on one of the objections I had right now, which was amazing because I was going to ask you, which is, I was thinking, okay, I have my Facebook fan page, and somebody comes in, and so now they're chatting with my bot. To me, that's kind of useless because I could be doing it. But you mentioned you can plug in all 1,000 of your people, and now that could be happening at the same time. 30 people getting that communication, right? I mean, so there could be 30 engaged users kind of responding to the chatbot and at least getting some basic questions answered.
Yes, it's all simultaneously. You could have 100. I mean, there's not actresses, some actresses, but more or less like musicians right now that their chatbot was like Katy Perry. I heard hers is like in the millions or something. With
Pink.
She
has like
right, but she's got followers. Yeah. But just imagine, I mean, she's got followers, say on Twitter, you know. But imagine if it's a Facebook chatbot. It goes right to them.
Push notifications, buzzing on your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Special sale, 2-hour sale.
Exactly.
Get on. Yeah,
exactly.
Interesting.
So if Trump was smarter, he'd be doing a Facebook chatbot list versus just a Twitter. He'd have the whole world on a Facebook chatbot.
He'd be trolling the entire planet.
He would be controlling the entire planet on a Facebook chatbot.
Very, very interesting.
That's kind of a cool, interesting point of view.
So, for those people that are hearing this for the first time, how difficult is it for a small business or medium-sized business to integrate this into their strategy?
Super simple, because you're using a technology that's already around, which is called Facebook.
Sure.
And then there's that 200, the last I heard, 300 companies that are API into Facebook Messenger. Think of it a lot like an Aweber or a GetResponse or an Infusionsoft, where you log in and they have an interface, and you're like a WYSIWYG, and you're dealing with the WYSIWYG, and it's API'd into Facebook. You don't really have to
you just basically
do anything.
Create permissions, accept permissions, and so that you're telling me the industry's past the point where you need a nerd or like a geeky guy like
you don't need that. Yeah.
Now it's
point and click.
Choices,
upload an image, upload a
fee,
GIF, pay your monthly fee. There's some that are free, but really you're looking at like $20 a month right now. So just think of when email was around, when it first got started, it was like $20 a month. Now it's not, you know. So right now it's super inexpensive because they're still trying to like figure this out. So the companies that I think are best used for this, e-com, right? E-com, they're selling something online. Local businesses, right? Instead of going to their main website, they're just using their Facebook interface. Because imagine you've got all your clients. So it's like doctors, lawyers, chiropractors, dentists, like that. It's really awesome. And then main service-based business consulting, author, speakers, coaches.
Okay.
That's right there, I think, are like the hottest markets.
Interesting. And obviously you've implemented yours,
so
we can see that at
AskHeatherAnn.com.
Okay, perfect.
And it redirects to the bot.
Okay. What would you say from your experience so far are like 3 things to avoid as you're getting started? So a mistake that you want to avoid.
Okay, so the first thing to avoid is actually think through the process. Think through the process. So just like when you send people to a lander and you think through the process of what am I giving them to opt in to give them my email, you have to think through that process. Like if they're going to go to my bot, what am I going to do for them?
Sure.
Because you don't know who's going, you know what I mean? So you have to think through the process, think like the customer. That's the big one. And then work with someone like myself as a consultant so I can help you through the marketing process. That's a big one because I do work with clients and saying, okay, what's your customer? How are they going to talk to this? Where are they coming from? Are they coming from an ad or are they actually on your list already? You got to think through the process like a customer.
Or maybe
Those
they're
are
already
the big ones.
fans of your page, or
maybe they're already fans of your page. I mean, as you know, fans on your page. I mean, I'm on a lot of pages on fans, and I don't get notifications anymore. Right?
Sure. Yeah, it's very, very.
It's very rare that I get anything notifications anymore. So this is really the new way Facebook is owning it.
Is there something similar to like an Aweber I could have, or in different mail providers I could have, kind of like different responders? Is that
so? Right now it's one-off.
So if you have
API
it on,
to
that's
one.
it.
Yeah, you can't do multiple at this time.
You can't say if you came from an ad, then I'm going to talk to you this way, and if you came from my fan page.
So you're talking about let's call it a different nurturing sequences. Those are called different campaigns.
Sure. Yeah.
So if you're coming from a Facebook ad, there's one campaign, right? If you're already a customer, that's another campaign.
Okay. So you
can do that inside of let's call it the Aweber or the GetResponse.
E-coms?
One's called Mini Chat. That's just one of them. Sure. There's like 300 of them.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not particular to one of them. I don't work for one of them. So, you can just pick one that works for you, price-wise, and then you integrate. You basically go through the campaigning. Just think of a different. I call it paths.
Sure. Yeah. Perfect.
People who are on tech.
And eventually, the probably all merge to one point.
Yeah. Just buy my stuff.
Makes sense. Okay, so
products.
You talked a little bit about the caveats of what not to do. What about what's the first thing you have to do to get it right? Like, what's one thing that kind of like check this off your list and you're good to go?
Call me.
Sure.
Call me and let me go through it because it's so new right now. Remember back when email started, it was just like, give me your name and email and I'll send you something or nothing or just a newsletter or anything. Just give me your email. And then we just like...
And everybody did it.
Yeah, and then we would email them 3,000 times a day. I mean,
Yes.
there's certain things you do and don't do right now at bots. Like because the open rate's so high, you don't want to be blasting them every day. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Right,
Email,
so-
you could do that. It's not going to be too crazy.
So keep the value high.
High value. The big thing right now is customer service, because what's great about it is you can actually have multiple people, let's say, you know, your clients, biz dev, like people, employees in there, and you can start to see what people are asking over and over.
Interesting. Is there a way?
It's an FAQ process.
Is there a way to, just like you're on a phone call and you're going through the automated, is there a way to like break out to chat with an actual human being?
Yes, you can actually ask them. This is all part of the campaign process.
Yeah.
Like you can actually say, when they say specific keywords, let's say they say, I want help, okay?
Sure.
Think of like on your phone,
Yeah.
press 0 and you'll get
agent
help.
or whatever.
Agent, right, agent.
Yeah.
So if they have certain keywords, it'll say, okay, you want to talk to somebody, would you like us to call you, or here's a phone number, or what number do you, you can actually have that. That's more the AI piece that's starting to, I mean, right now I would suggest anyone start basic, just start building a list.
Right, but the possibilities are there.
The possibilities are hugely there.
That's awesome. So what are you talking about tomorrow?
So I'm talking tomorrow at 2:45, if you're here, basically about almost pretty much what we just talked about.
Sure.
But I'm going to talk about 30 minutes about how and why small businesses should be focusing on getting chatbots in use of their business as fast as possible.
Yeah, so they get ahead of the curve.
Ahead of the curve, right? And more importantly, it's about retention.
Sure.
Because a lot of people here in Philly Summit are focused on lead gen, which is great, and conversion, which is awesome. But Fortune 500 companies focus on retention.
Yeah, and branding.
Branding, but more retention, keeping the customer, right? So that's, I feel, where chatbots is the most useful, is keeping the engagement.
Sexy boss.
I'm being filmed here, stud.
We just got video
I just
bombed
got
by the
video
hot dog
bombed.
man.
By the way, I have a book out called Sexy Boss. What I was saying? Now we're just getting bombed.
We were talking about the retention.
Okay, so retention. They're just getting bombed. So basically focus on retention. I mean, that's really what chatbots really focus. I'm speaking about that tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, one more time, where can we find you? Tell us about your podcast. Where
So podcast right here on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. It's called The Win with Heather Havenwood. You just type my name in, Heather Havenwood. I have a book out called Sexy Boss. That's what he's fast about the empowerment of women. So you're welcome to check that out as well. But more importantly, my chatbot is AskHeatherAnn.com. And the reason I keep saying that is because I want you to see it.
Sure.
Engage in it, understand it, and the moment you start to go through it, you'll get the possibilities.
Sure. And you're available for consulting and all
Yes.
that. Awesome.
And how you do that is go through my chatbot, and that's me. I'm my customer service, right? So I will be talking to you. It's actually me.
So it's a perfect use study to learn about it and then engage
Study it, use it, learn it. Yeah.
implement it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, guys. Check out Heather's website, her podcast, and everything. And thanks for doing it.
Yeah, thank you. And getting bombed.